All right. We hit 500 subscribers. So I'd like to say thank you to the community. You've done me a good service here. Milestone accomplished. Now let's get to 500,000 and skip everything in between. But until then, we're playing Heliod the Radiant Dawn. Seems really neat. Your opponent draws cards. You can cast all of your stuff on your opponent's turn, and that's pretty cool. I'm still running a bunch of things that already have Flash, so I'm not utilizing it as much as maybe someone else would. But it's still kind of neat to discount things on your opponent's turn and flash them in. But again, I don't have too many things I'm excited to do that with. I do have Ulamog and Cityscape Leveler and Nezahal. This already has Flash, but it would be kind of cool to do that. River's Rebuke. It's kind of difficult to do this in a control setting because I can't really cast a bunch of board wipes when this is not indestructible. So I'm all in on like the blue-white single target removal. I even have like the bounce spells so I can, counter something when it comes back down or just buy myself a bunch of time. Just dealing with it that way. I might replace Supreme Verdict with Wandering Emperor. It might make sense. But for now, I think one sweeper is probably worth it. Oh, actually, you know what? We want, what are you? You're the blue thing. Yeah, solve the equation needs to come in here somewhere, so I'm gonna add that. And I guess I'll add the Wandering Emperor instead of Supreme Verdict for now, but I don't know what I'm gonna take out for the other card yet, but that's what the deck looks like. It's kind of just blue-white control. You could run like Baral and scam people that way too. I've got even the Frogify effects in here. It would be kind of cool to end steps a Teferi. Seems kind of neat. You can't activate it, but it's still pretty cool to do that, I guess. And I think that's about it. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It's just blue-white control with a weird ability to flash things in. Like, comment, subscribe. Here we go. Omnath. Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright, we got our turn 3 Heliod, I guess. No counter magic. Not ideal. Alright, there's some counter magic. Alright, so I can flip this for 3 mana, and then from then on I can leave up counter magic. Oh, right, I forgot they were blue as well. I'm so used to the red-green decks, I forgot that was a possibility. Okay, well, they're doing literally mono-green things, as is tradition. And oh, nice, we actually drew Mox. Cool. So I play that, I do this. I do the old flip-ski, whip-ski here. I'm going to pay life because I don't think it matters. And I will swing. Can we beat a green deck? So this should cost 2 on my opponent's turn. Yep. Alright, we're going to counter literally anything. My opponent windmill slammed that. I didn't even think about it. Double Temple. There's a lot of tap lands for a deck that has 1-drops. It's an awful lot of tap lands. Oh, hey, it's Teferi. I guess I can play it on my turn to plus because it untaps lands. I don't have anything to do, though. Right? Unless my opponent plays this, they draw a second card, and then this will get discounted again. So that's actually pretty nice here. Looks like that's the case. No, they have to play a land to get the card draw? It has to be your 7th or 8th land. Alright, never mind. I was wrong then. That just won't be happening. Alright, so I have to play this now, because I'll lose the discount. Blink of an Eye is kind of strange. Not really upset with that one, though. Could have been worse. Essence Scatter. Oh, day late and $1 short. Alright, so I'm going to play... We're just going to plus here. I don't care about Omnath. The next land I will, because it'll start to draw cards, but we're not there yet. You. And I guess I'm changing the math here. You know what? Maybe I should just minus... I'm just going to make another token. That's what we're going to do. And I can flip this right now and leave up Essence Scatter. So I'm leaving up the exact same thing I would have left up had I not done what I just did. So like this still leaves up Essence Scatter. That is the biggest of oofs. My opponent had nothing there. Yeah, this gets a lot harder now. This gets a lot more difficult now. Okay, we go here. Actually, no, we want to cast at least one thing now, because otherwise we lose it. Wash away. Sure. Wasn't expecting that one. Alright, I can remove that thing there. Opponent's got some spicy cards in there. They are playing so incredibly fast. Oh. Okay. Sure. I guess that's what they kept on top. I guess a reset button does kind of make sense, but they're still in a really bad spot. They did reset my, my stuff here. I mean, I don't even need to play my commander. Teferi's just busted right now, so... Teferi's too degenerate. And then I can play you. Yep. And we can pass. Opponent is playing super fast. This is one of the fastest people I've ever played against. Alright, cool. Usual MO. The right Jeff. I wonder what happens to the left one. Alright, we have the scam card. Let's see if we can scam him. What's cool about Mox Amber is it leaves up, like, basically 2 mana because of the discount here. And I'm, like, forced to leave it up because this has to be in play for this to actually do anything. Did they mulligan? They did. Alright. So I guess I'll play that. I'm just going to run it out. I don't see any reason not to. For each creature in your party. Okay. I'm going to literally swords anything. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I don't have a second white source, so I guess... rip. I was going to say maybe I don't do anything about that, but... Alright. My hand's looking real rough. I need this tome to scam my opponent, I think. So if I play Heliod and they have another creature, I lose Heliod. Let's see if we can't scam our opponent. Force Spike. That actually can scam my opponent. Phyrexian Wizard. So, at the very least, I'll Force Spike to Shakedown Heavy, I guess. They swung with this? Oh, right, there's nothing to sacrifice. This is a weird one to see. I guess it is a Cleric. Still kind of weird, though. Okay, Teferi's pretty good. Actually, Teferi's really good. We like that. Oh, we drew a counterspell too, so I can actually... Yeah, that was actually really nice. Because otherwise I just activate this. This has haste, so they basically have to play it to kill my Teferi. To which I say, get wrecked. Oh, get out of here. That's supposed to have more haste. Get out of here. Yeah, that's right. Triple swing. Do it. Do it. Yes. Yes. Alright, so we have 5, 6. Another counterspell. Hello. This flies, right? Yeah. Can I play this and leave up the counterspell? Of course I can. I have Teferi's Plus. I can even do this, actually. Scam? Scam? No! No! No scam. No swords. Alright, so if they tap their priest, we keep Teferi, so that's why I kind of don't care about playing Heliod here. Changeling Outcast. Knock yourself out. Mayhem Devil. Nope. So now they can sacrifice some threats here, and they can poke Teferi for 1, but they do kind of lose a bunch of creatures. So I'm not too upset with that one. Yeah. And my opponent randomly draws Orcish Bowmasters, because of course. Right off the top, with the perfect black mana. Probably the best possible card for them. So I can bounce it to plus Teferi. Scam card, please. Oh! Get scammed! Oh, get scammed. Alright, we're happy again. Everything's great. Life is good. Okay. I guess I play Conundrum? This can't block, so it's not like I can flash it in to defend Teferi any more efficiently. Alright, yeah, Teferi can die if my opponent, like, all-in swings at it, which is, you know, fairly likely. I don't know in what universe they don't swing at Teferi. I just hope they leave up the priest. Looks like they do, which is really nice. So let's bounce the token. And I will put it in play in front of this priest. I think that's totally fine. If they activate it, so be it. They lose their board. Yep, looks like they're just going to go for it. Find something scarier off the top. It's reasonable. It does mean Teferi is fairly likely to live. If they draw a land, they're in a horrendously bad spot. Oh, they draw 2 cards. Alright, this is much more reasonable. Twice as reasonable, actually. Twice as reasonable. That was a very good draw. Do we cast Heliod here? They could just kill a priest again. Maybe that's just not where we want to be. Let's see what's under the scam book here. Book of Scamming. Tome of the Infinite Scam. Oh. Actually, that's still kind of fine, though. Yeah, that's still kind of fine. Am I casting... Well, let's see. Am I casting this? It just dies to this priest. So I cannot imagine it's like the right thing to do. Hopefully my opponent... No, there's no reason to pump this, actually. There's no reason to commit mana to it. Forgotten Cove. Ooh, rip your tap land there. No, I wouldn't have let them cast this anyways. Alright, do we double swing this time? Oh, opponent double swings. Love it. Alright, so I'm going to lead with Fog. And I'll just end step probably exile this priest. Sure. They don't have enough black mana to do it again. And now I think I'll exile... I mean, I don't know which one I exile. I feel like the priest is worse to keep in play. as annoying this sleeper might be. The sleeper is like a mana investment that's pretty heavy. So I think it's just nice to hit this. No burn spell, so I don't know what this card is, but it's still another instant speed threat, I guess. The amount of times I've accidentally -1 instead of -2 is actually insane. Nice. I could have -1 in combat to block, but if they had a removal, that wouldn't make sense. And I think they did have a removal spell. Wow, we are just ruining people's day. Teferi was in play for so long, which is crazy. And I did get to scam the Orcish Bowmasters, which was actually huge. Wow. Oh no. Alright. Alright, they can't resolve a threat. Are they on the play? Okay, they're not. That's very good. Alright, this is also very good. I have an answer to another random creature they might throw out there. If I was on the draw and they had a 2-drop, we probably lose. Calling it far ahead, but I think that would be the scenario. Alright, what are we quenching? What nonsense do I have to deal with here? Well, like I said, if they were on the play, we'd probably lose. Yes, yes. Feather with no mana. Alright, so I play this. It doesn't let me leave up Archmage's Charm, but there's no universe in which that matters. Because this is always happening. Alright, so what are we playing on 4? Nothing. Alright, we just put ourselves in an amazing position. I think I'm actually just going to do nothing. My opponent literally can't cast Feather again. Like, that's the name of the game. Yeah, my opponent doesn't have a choice, right? Draw, counter. Yep. Yep. Like I said, if we were on the draw, this game would have been radically different. Gretchen. Alright, I like Gretchen. Gretchen's neat. Gretchen's neat. Kind of depressing because it's like blue-green Baral, so... turning it off is kind of cool, but it's not like the end-all be-all. Do they have mana dorks? This could be a normal Gretchen deck that doesn't do weird stuff. Okay, well, it's doing weird stuff. It's doing weird stuff. What does this do? Choose target opponent, conjure a duplicate of the top card of their library. What? Alright. Yup. That's a thing. This? I guess I just witness protection that. Do I really care? Choose target opponent, conjure a duplicate of the top card of their library to your hand, and cast with any mana. Then they exile that card face down. So they steal it. I don't get the card that they exile face down. I see. That's really, really weird. It's also weird that the card sticks around forever. That's also kind of strange. Okay, well, I'm going to play this out. Of course, it's a enchantment, even though it's not indestructible. Alright, blue-green can struggle with this in play. Maybe. I don't see a reason not to pay life. I'm not going to respect, like, the destroy target creature thing my opponent could have. That stole out of my deck, which would be kind of crazy, but... Nope, they didn't get it. The destroy tapped creature card. Okay. Well, I mean, for the most part, Oh, my opponent stole Swan Song. They stole it. I had to counter my own spell. Okay, I see. This is really weird. Alright, it stole a land that time, I guess. Which taps for colorless. Okay, well, can't let that one happen. Is this still an enchantment? It is, yeah. Wow, look at that. Opponent didn't want to keep playing. Get wrecked. Wow. We beat this? That's crazy. We beat a stolen... they stole a counter spell, which is pretty likely. And then this would have shut down my commander for the rest of the game because it just has infinite naturalizes. And this is, of course, an enchantment in this instance. So, yeah. Wow. Cool. I'm happy. I guess I'll just keep this on the sole basis of essence capture. Do I put this on white? I have a double white, but I have a double blue. But I already have double colors. Swan Song. This is not an enchantment. It's not an enchantment. Alright, so that makes this easy, I guess. I can counter that? Whoa. Alright, why not? You know what? Why not? And then play you. Do I witness protection my opponent's 2/2? Do I put the swan in witness protection? Alright, this, whenever you cast a creature, you find one and put it into play. Alright, so they basically double up all their nonsense. I think this is what we always do here. I think it's on cast, too, right? Or is it enters? No, it was when you cast. Alright. So it makes my counter spells a little bit weaker, but what am I gonna do? Opponent has no lands. Alright, so we do this. Always doing this. Sauce him for 3. I mean, excuse me, sauce him for 4. I said 3 because that's how much mana I had untapped. I'm thinking of mana, not damage. So they contemplated blocking for a while. I'm not sure why. No lands again? Uh-oh. Well, this sensor's looking good then. I also got to untap with more counter magic. There's not really any reason to foretell this as long as Heliod's in play, because it will always cost 2 when my opponent draws. I mean, it could cost 1, but I don't think that's the world we're living in. Alright, feels bad to get censored on turn 5. Alright, I'll do it now. Notably, that was not a creature either, so the cabaret thing, spaghetti, doesn't do anything here. The One Ring. Alright, I don't think we can let that happen. That can kind of draw our opponent out of it, but it's kind of hard for it to do that. But it's possible. It is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully they just cabaret into like a mana dork, which is probably the most likely outcome. I don't have a hard counter, notably. Long Rest. Okay. Sure. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I've never seen that one. Notably, they did not pick up a counter... Oh, I mean, they didn't pick up the One Ring? They did not pick up the One Ring. I do not have an answer to this, which is kind of unfortunate. But at least it can't kill my commander. And I guess it has to plus. I guess. So Atali does come with a creature, unfortunately, because of this. I could bounce this. Maybe I should just bounce this, actually. I think I'm just going to bounce that. That way, my opponent, if they go for Atali, they won't get a free creature out of it or anything. It would also be kind of nice to actually draw something decent here. Opponent is at 5. Do I ossificate? Wait, can this hit? Alright, fine. I'm gonna ossificer their Chanji. Their Chandra. I think that's fine. Alright. So they're dead if they go... They're literally dead if they play Atali. Because the Essence Capture puts a counter on my... opponent didn't even let me cast it. No, the spider's just like walking around the rim of the lamp, just spinning a web on the top of it. It's kind of funny. What? Creature card from a graveyard. Gain control. Whoa, my opponent is deep. Deep, deep. I have never even seen this card. This is like the weird free promotional one or whatever. Those goofy ones they make that come with like a creature that can tutor it. That is deep. Interesting. They have a counterspell but no removal spell, it seems. No way in God's Green Earth am I playing playing that. Actually, you know what I could do is play this. No, I think leaving up Wandering Emperor is better. Let's cast Wanda. Okay. I think I'm going to sacrifice the 2/2, because the mana is just more important than dealing 2 damage randomly. I have a Dovin's Veto up, so I can cast this. I missed a land drop, kind of problematic. Okay, it looks like they have a Spell Pierce? Or Miscast? Something like that. Not sure what that means. I believe this is a permanent. Yeah, it's not a token. So that doesn't feel good to deal with or anything like that. So I just snap off my commander here, and I pass. Opponent misses a land drop too. Love to see it. I will probably flip this. Let's make another 2/2. Let's swing, see how the blocks work out for us here. Okay, so if I flip this... I think I'm not going to flip it. I'll leave up Sublime Epiphany instead. Yeah, that's fine. That's so far away from happening. Okay, they find a land off the top, then they do nothing. I don't care if my opponent fights over this. Draw, token, bounce. So we bounce that. I copy this and I draw. If they counter it, that's fine. Don't really care. Oh, it was a Spell Pierce. What a surprise. Didn't see that one coming. Wow. I think I'm still super far ahead. I could tutor for just like a generic sweeper as well. I mean a counterspell with this solve the equation. Or I could just play Nezahal. Nezahal cannot be countered, but Nezahal's goofy. But what game have I played that doesn't have a Nezahal? Let's play it. It's been so long since I've played this card. Can't counter it. Nope, doesn't work. Nice. Hehe. Nice. They thought maybe it still goes on top or something, but it doesn't. So Crux of Fate and Blood in the Snow kind of do it, sort of. Not really, actually, because I just exile this and then they die anyways. Okay, they take an extra turn. That's fine. I lose a token. So be it. They get to flip the midnight clock, see a whole new hand, but again, not much in the game even gets them out of this, so this is kind of fine. Don't really care about this too much. It would have been funny if I flipped this. I would have discounted my whole hand by like 7. But so be it. No paradise here. That kind of does it. Sort of. Okay, we're gonna hide this. We're gonna get rid of you, and you. I think we're just gonna get rid of these cards and hide this. That way they can't swing with Rusco. I mean, that doesn't matter, but my 7/7 is going to hit them. Or, you know what? I should just let them block. Yeah, because I don't want to bounce Rusco. That doesn't really seem ideal. Wow, they just took it? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, I'll solve the equation for a hard counter to stop my opponent from doing what they want. Yeah, let's take that one. Surveil might be worth it. Alright, well, what do you do now? What do you do now? Discard spell, of course. So I can't... Okay. You cannot kill this. You can't kill it right now. It'll... Well, it depends what the removal spell looks like. Okay, they're copying their Agonizing Remorse instead of my counterspell? It's kind of weird. I guess it's the same result, except they don't surveil? Oh, okay, I guess. Oh, they get to keep the Agonizing Remorse. I see. So they have to take these two. They have to take these two. Alright, they're dead. Cool. Maybe I have to counter the things that it develops. I have to counter the other cards, like the cards behind it, and not Emoti itself. It just feels ridiculous, completely ridiculous to do that, but maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, this is the Blue-Red Storm deck. I'm going to... Wait, what does this do on the minus? Nothing? Alright, well, if I play this, they can't cast Ral, so... There's not too many things they can have to deal with this. There's some bounce. I guess there's some burn. But they can't cast Ral, so... Puts us in a good spot. Oh, of course. Silly me. I should have played around it, huh? That was absolutely atrocious. That was probably a game-changing play right there, actually, yeah. You don't have a Spell Pierce? What? No way. Okay, I can play this, and then just Memory Lapse Ral that just inevitably comes out. That's not a Ral. They denied themselves the ability to cast Ral right now. That's odd. I feel like casting Ral on an empty board is literally the best thing you could ask for, so that's very strange. I don't know what that's about. Lightning Bolt. Sure. Well, Essence Catter is a completely dead card. Blink of an eye. Okay. If you're going to crack this, you probably should have cracked it on your own turn. Yeah, I would have just cracked it there if I was going to do that. Unexpected Windfall. They got rid of Mizzix's Mastery. Sure. Target player draws 2. Well, I can't really stop that. Okay. Storm's Wrath? What? Are these tokens that problematic? No way that makes sense. Okay. Oh, it kills the Planeswalker. I forgot Storm's Wrath hits... I forgot. Maybe I wanted to counter that. Yeah, maybe I wanted to counter that. Maybe that was a horrendously bad choice. But it's a choice I made, so... It's a choice I made, just like this one. Ral costs 6, so it's not too scary right now. If it costs 4, I probably couldn't do this. Double Anger. Okay, that's kind of fine. We just sort of traded Planeswalkers, I guess. I mean, traded commanders. Yeah, I really should have just... Yeah, I messed that up. Should have had an answer for this, but I don't. Should have had my stuff in play still. Alright, yep. Hopefully Essence Scatter is still not dead. I did just completely not use it against an actual creature. Draw 3. No? Search for Escanta. Put that on top. Alright, my opponent didn't want to get tempoed out. I denied the card advantage, and then I made them redraw a dead card. I assume their hand was really bad, and yeah, they also lost Mizzix's Mastery. They discarded it. Okay, so Heliod was pretty cool. I may be trying this with even more sort of like 5 and 6 big drop mana cost, whatever you want to call them, threats to flash in is reasonable. I just went the old boring, tried and true, just control. But you can really do some crazy stuff with this. It was actually really, really good. Which I didn't expect it to be, because again, if your opponent has a wide board, you're kind of screwed. But that didn't happen too often. It does kind of stop your opponent from killing you with smaller threats, because it is like a 4/4. So it could stonewall, say, like, a Ragavan strategy, maybe. Well, not really, but, you know, something like that. Never really got to use Settle the Wreckage. There was only, like, one game where I wish I had Supreme Verdict. But the Wandering Emperor was actually very solid, and I had it a few times. Teferi was really good. I never really got to use Jace. But the top end was nice. Sublime Epiphany at 5 is pretty cool, I guess, right? It's kind of cool, but this is like a 7 mana investment, or 8, but usually 7 mana investment to actually get going. So discounting this doesn't, like, okay, you know, he already had the mana to cast it anyways. I never got Hullbreaker Horror in play, but even if I did, I don't have a ton of spells to, like, just chain bounce my opponent's stuff with that much. I also never got to really witness protection anything. Yeah, I never got to do that, or Frogify, and it just never came up, unfortunately. Or the white one, Reprobation or something, I don't think it's in here. But yeah, the counterspell package is just solid. The only thing I really struggled with was green, which I guess isn't a surprise. But yeah, the biggest issue I bumped into, and it wasn't every green deck though, to be fair, but there were some strategies where it's just like, yeah, the green got me. It's just the green got me. There was too much nonsense in the way. The 1 mana, your stuff is uncounterable. Your green spells can't be countered. I bumped into that once. I think it was the same deck that had a Veil of Summer. Like, I guess that person really didn't want to lose to blue decks, but I would highly advise you not do that. But it worked out for them in that instance. Just 90% of the time, it's not going to do anything. I didn't play against Atraxa. I haven't seen Atraxa in a while, but that one feels like a pretty good green matchup. That one seems solid. It's like usually on the slower end. It's not Emoti or Atali, which gives you like a little bit more time to breathe and stuff. Confounding Conundrum is more useful against that one as opposed to the other two. Their ramp might be spell-based and not creature-based because they're also running sweepers as opposed to the other two, Emoti and Atali. But that never came up. I haven't seen Atraxa in a while, actually. It's been a while. I think that's about it. You could run the other one of this, Flood of Tears, which bounces everybody's stuff, which isn't really that exciting, but it's also at instant speed, so it's like another pseudo-cyclonic rift kind of that resets your commander, which is really not good, but you got to do what you got to do. That's reasonable. Just a mass bounce at instant speed like Cyclonic. That's what makes Cyclonic Rift so disgusting. Instant speed, mass bounce. And you keep your stuff, too. You don't do that with this, but... the land count felt fine. There was like 1 or 2 games I might have got a little mana screwed. I would probably run cantrips to fix that, as opposed to more lands. Like Miscast could maybe come out. A soft counter like Quench could come out for like Brainstorm, Opt, Consider, stuff like that to smooth out the draws and the lands and stuff, as opposed to just adding more lands. I think that would be a better route to take. Instant speed card draw is decent, but if you think you're doing this every game, you can do sorcery speed card draw, which is usually more powerful, and then you can just cheese it at instant speed anyways. Not too exciting, but it's something to think about maybe. I did scam somebody with Tome of the Infinite. I got the Hearthstone win. The 1 in 10 1 in 10 swords, but yeah, I think that's about it. The Mana Rocks felt amazing, as per usual. Yeah, let me know what you thought about Heliod. I didn't expect it to perform well really at all, but it did. It did. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for the 500 subs. Let's get to 600. I'll see you guys next time.